Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. I forgot to hit the go live button, and I was talking, and I'm thinking, oh no. And hopefully, we'll get some people to join us. I know this is a last minute live stream. I only gave anybody about 45-minute notice, but sometimes it works that way. Tammy's already commented. Tammy's coming on her way over to meet me at my campsite. We are going to have a barbecue today. Oh, speaking of barbecue, I forgot to take out the meat that I was going to cook. My chicken. Tammy's bringing the beef. I'm going to take out some chicken just in case, and so I can make a little for my little girl Danny. But I'll do that shortly, because you can make chicken frozen on the grill. Yeah. Hey, Eddie. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad to see you're here. It's, of course, 1 o'clock in Chicagoland or in the Midwest in Illinois, and in our southern states, Florida. Eddie's in Florida. It is 2 o'clock, but those out west are where a lot of our nomads are in the Northwest right now, is trying to stay cool, just like we're trying to stay cool. Oh, cool. It'll be great to see Tammy. Hey, Linda in Texas. I'm so glad you're here. I hope that all of my Lollapaloozians might show up. And I did not indicate that this might have anything to do with them, but I hope they'll show up because I have a really big announcement today. We've got 11 people here so far. I made a little video, which I'm going to share with you before I share it with all of YouTube. Of course, once this goes live, once the live stream is over, it'll post on, up on my page, and then everybody can watch either the whole live or they can just watch a little video that I'll post. I'll post a little video about it. Thanks, Eddie, for that encouragement. Thanks to everybody who's here, although some people don't like to come up online and mention their name, or they're kind of like kind of chilling in the library, as I call it, or some people call it in the lurkers lounge. That's okay too. And I hope that you guys are not experiencing any really extreme bad weather or heat, because that can be. Oh, thank you. My fan, I tell you what, I turned off the AC. Hey, Floss, welcome. Floss is in Illinois also. She's a WWR person that joins for the WWR, and also Floss is the person who introduced me to the Michigan meetup. This year it's called M25. And last it was M24, which is a great meetup. So they might still have places, available to get a campsite if you're interested in going up to Michigan. I'm not sure what the dates are, but I was gonna say, Linda, thank you. I'm going to show you a little video, and in that video, I am really hot and sweaty. It's hot. I'm walking around and everything, so I don't look my best. But you know what? Camping is not always about glamour. I don't glam. Obviously, I don't glam. Oh, Mikey's here. I don't know, Mikey. Do I know you, Mike? Hold on a minute. We got somebody in the green room. So before we show our video, I'm going to bring Mike up. And the M25 is September 19th, but we could still chat. Let me bring Mike in here. I'm going to add him to the stage. Hi, Mike. Hi. How are you? Good.
Yeah. Mogi on Monster, Stevie B, Mogs.
Welcome to my channel.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for having me. Honestly, I feel blessed and honored. Thank you.
Well, what I do is I usually add a link at the beginning of the chat to tell anybody who wants to come up on screen with me is welcome to do so. And when you do click on the link, you'll be like waiting there for a little bit before we could bring you up on screen. But and where are you located at, Mike?
Right now we're in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. We're just outside of Toronto.
How's
and it's humid as heck.
Yeah, it's real humid here in the Midwest right now. And,
Yeah.
and do you live in Canada?
Yeah, I do live in Canada right now, but I'm still trying to get my actual citizenship established. My wife is with me, so she's also here, and
Oh,
she brought me here to Canada. My wife did. She saved my life.
and were you from the United States originally?
Originally, yeah, I was born in San Francisco, California. I lived there for a couple of years, and then I moved to Arizona, and I lived in Arizona for over 40 years of my life in a couple
Okay.
different places: Phoenix, Scottsdale, Tempe. I was in a few places there.
So,
Then I spent a little bit of time in Colorado for about 6 months. I was
right.
in Oklahoma for 18 months, and I was in Florida for like 4 weeks. Trying
Oh,
out for the Navy. It didn't
yeah.
quite work out, but I
Which,
got out of there with an honorable discharge. So, you
oh,
know, and some rear admiral way over in Hawaii, when I went there with my folks to visit Hawaii and their friends, he said, "Well, even though you were only in it for like 4 weeks, you're still considered a veteran because you served your country." And I said,
right.
"Okay, well, that
Well,
makes sense."
thanks for your service. Now, you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do. It is Mikey Sue's 4.
M
That's the
I
name
K
of the
E
channel.
Y M I K E Y what?
Mikey, yeah, and Suzefour. FOUR is actually the first 4 letters of our last name, shared marriage name. So
Okay, hold on. So it's Mikey S like Sam,
yeah, Suzefour. Yeah.
SUE
Okay. Yeah.
Z.
MikeySuzeFou. Yeah, FOUR. Yeah. Mikey Sue's for it all runs all together.
And is that the whole name?
Yeah, that's the whole name of the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on here. His channel. I'm gonna
Oh,
put
thank
that
you so much. Yeah,
on.
I have we have 267 subscribers. We're only 33 away from 300. So
What?
we're progressing slowly up the ladder. We've only been our channel's only been streaming for 2 years now, since April of 2023. But the channel itself has existed since November of 2017, about
Oh,
2 months after I moved here to the country.
well,
So
you know what, Mikey? Thank you for joining us, and
sure.
thanks for coming up on screen. Not everybody likes to do that. I always invite everybody, but
I I love it because I do webcams 4 days a week. I do what I call the weekly webcam series, and I take 4 different pop culture series, and I do reviews of them. I do 2 episode reviews. One day I do 1 episode review because it's TOS. It's the original Star Trek, so it's like those things have way too much information. I'm like,
right, right.
we can only do one of those a week, which is usually on Tuesdays. Um, but so far, I've been reviewing Red Dwarf on Mondays and TOS on Tuesday, and 2 episodes of Get Smart on Wednesday, and
Oh,
my favorite of all time, The A-Team on Thursdays. And I'm
great,
almost done with that. I'm on season 4, and season 4's
great.
got some really good episodes coming up to review. So I'm really excited. Really
Okay,
excited
well,
about
great. So all my listeners, people that are on this chat, just so you know, I put the name of his channel, Mikey
Sue's
Sue's
4.
Susie 4. And you check out his channel. I'll check it out when I'm off and on the off the live stream. But what I'm going to do
Sure.
right now, I do want to thank you for coming on up onto this screen. I am going to play a video
Go for it.
because I got a big announcement today to make for those of that
Nice.
are still here. And it's going to be a short video. We can still chat in the comments. So if you have questions,
Yeah.
I'll answer you and we can chat. But I am going to show a video, so would be coming off screen right now. So
Absolutely. Sure. Go ahead.
I have previously I have organized a couple of meetups, and but we haven't had a meetup in a couple of years now. One of our original the originator of the Lollapalooza event, which is in was in Texas, and we unfortunately lost her to cancer 1 week
Oh,
before 1 week before our last event, which I organized and put together because it was just she needed to step away from it. So what I'm
yeah.
going to do is
Yeah, I
we
was
don't
gonna say that's ironic because we lost one of our best friends' cousins wife just recently passed of lung cancer.
Yeah. So what
yeah.
I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and play this video because I got this big announcement. And
Go for it.
yes, we're going to have a meetup. I'm going to have a meetup. So here we go. Let me tell you all about it.
All right.
Hey, YouTubers and RV Rebel watchers, fellow nomads and travelers. If you don't know me, my name's Carolyn. I'm RV Rebel Girl, and I have a YouTube channel. Obviously, you're watching it. And in the past, every year, we've had different groups of people have different meetups. And sometimes, you know, the meetups go on for a couple of years and then they go by the wayside. That happened with one of my favorite meetups I used to go to in Texas. And it's been, you know, 2 years, and I'm really missing my friends from those meetups. I really miss you guys. A lot of times, people don't realize how important they are to fellow travelers because they may be some of the only people that they have when they're on the road. The purpose of this video and talking about meetups is because I've been approached numerous times asking me, other people ask me if I'll ever do another meetup and stuff like that, if I'll ever organize another one. And I didn't think I would, but I'm really missing some of my friends, and I decided I'm gonna have a meetup. Yeah, we're gonna have a meetup. If you want to come, that's awesome. We would love to see you, whoever shows up, that is. If you don't want to come, it's understandable. It's not going to be really formalized. Yeah, it's not going to be filled with, you know, activities and games and seminars and all that stuff. This is just a camping meetup. And it's going to be in the great state of Texas, which happens to be like probably right in the middle of where a lot of people I know, you know, are close by. So my dear friend, if you go to the meetups I've previously been to, my dear friend Billy and Rhonda Strong from Strong's Adventures. If you know him, he does Dutch oven loving cooking. Anyway, Billy and his wife, Rhonda. So Billy will be coming. I've already talked to him. Billy and I have already made reservations, and it's basically going to be, you need to reserve your own spot. I will not be reserving spots or taking money or anything. It'll all be by state park rules, and hopefully we can have a potluck and a movie night and maybe a party dance night. Okay, so let me give you the information now. And I hope you're gonna come because this is gonna be really cool. And it's gonna be in a new place in a park we have not gone to. We're gonna start new memories. WWR, which is a meetup that I previously initiated a couple years ago. But it's gonna stand for something different this time. This time, and hopefully, and for future meetups, it'll be, we will return. Yeah, that's right. We will return. We're gonna be fellow boomerangs. Yeah, and we'll return. And we'll meet up. And we're gonna have great memories. And then we will return for more. So here's the information. And I hope that you'll join us. Hey, okay, I'm back. I'm back inside my camper. Just turned the AC on because we got back here from our walk and it was 89. So I'm going to wait for it to cool off here. And so Danny can get cooled off a little bit because she hasn't been feeling good. Okay, the event will be at Martin Creek Lake State Park. Martin Creek Lake State Park. I'm going to put all the information right here. The name of the park, the address. I feel like I still got this horrible glare coming in. There we go. Maybe that's a little bit better. Martin Creek Lake State Park. And it's a big park. They have, if you don't have an RV, you don't need one. Okay. You can rent a cabin, or you can rent a screened in shelter. Okay. Now, so when you ask when, okay, so I'll tell you when. I have booked to come there, to arrive on Thursday, September 25th. I like to go a day early, but I figure we'll start, it'll be a weekend meetup, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But if you want to check out on Sunday, that's your business, however long you want to stay, even if you can only stay for one day. If you live locally and you want to come and hang out, you could pay for the day pass. Okay. Martin Creek State Park is about an hour from Louisiana, from Shreveport. It is on the east side of the state, on the east side of Dallas. It is not far from Interstate 20. The first time I put together a WWR, it was in Illinois at Starved Rock State Park. The second time I put it together, it was in Tennessee for the 4th of July, and we went to the midnight parade. And Gatlinburg is the first person to have a parade for the 4th of July. They actually started on July 3rd, 1 minute to midnight, and then at midnight, the parade proceeds. So it's that was kind of cool. And we had it at one of the TVAs there right in Sevierville. And this time I did skip 2 years or a year and a half, something like that. But now I am going to have the event in Texas. We love Texas. And Texas is kind of centrally located. It'll be on my, it'll be en route as I'm traveling to Las Vegas, Nevada to have my RV fixed. And I normally go out to the West Coast in Arizona for the fall, to my sister's for Thanksgiving. So this is a perfect timing for me. So be there if you're interested. This is not going to be a scheduled, event-orientated type of a meetup. It's not going to be something where we're having educational seminars or little talks. This is strictly camping and visiting with our fellow friends. I will say that there will be a potluck dinner on Saturday. The pavilion is located in the day visitor side of the park. Okay. And it's not like really close to where we'll be camping or where the camping sites are. It's in the day side, for day visitors. Then we'd have to drive over there and, all that. I rented a screen shelter. It's not real big, but it'd be perfect for us to at least be able to have our food under a roof with screen walls, and maybe all the bugs won't get to it before we do. It's still sitting there as long as we want, but we have to observe quiet time. It is in walking distance to all of the campsites in that area of the Broken Bowl, and there's only a couple of spots to park right in front of this screen shelter. Ride your bike or walk, but do not drive over there, because I'd like to save those spots for anybody who needs additional assistance and who needs to park it in a handicapped place. There's plenty of sites open right now to be in the Broken Bowl area, but we do want to keep those spots available. We can't park on the grass or we will get in big trouble. Ride your bike, and if you do have, bring a table with or your chairs, just like always when we sit outside for potluck. You do not have to be invited. If you're watching this video, you do not have to be invited. What we do ask that if you do come and hang out with us, that you bring a contribution. If you can, bring a contribution to the potluck on Saturday afternoon. It'll probably be around 2 o'clock. That gives people time to have their breakfast, hang out, chill, do whatever, maybe even go fishing, whatever they want, because there's a lot of fishing at this park. And then get over there at 2 or 3. Maybe we'll make it 3, so it'll be like potluck late lunch dinner, you know, and then have time afterwards to just hang out and visit, you know. So that's that. If you have, you know, on that map that I put up there that shows the spots, there's also the address and the phone number for the park. You can reserve your spot by going online and doing it, or you can call the park. There's a phone number on there. You can call if you want to call and make your reservation. They're not that expensive. They're very reasonable. Texas has very reasonably priced campsites, believe it or not. Their state parks do, as opposed to some of the other state parks that I've been to. I hope to see you there. Now, let me tell you, I was so excited about this that I already designed a t-shirt. Let me tell you more about that, okay? Danny's going to be there. Yeah, she's doing better today. Anyway, we're looking forward to it. We miss you all that have come to our events in the past, the WWR and the Lollapalooza. I'm going to be posting this on the Lollapalooza Encore Events Facebook page for everybody, and on the WWR page. I did design a t-shirt for this event. If you would like a t-shirt though, because I'm getting the t-shirts from Vistaprint, the price goes down on the t-shirts based on how many we order. So you would have to pay me. That's the only thing that's going to be for money, that you know, unless you contribute something for whatever. It's free to come to this event. You just got to pay for your campsite, and that you do that through the state park system. I have nothing to do with that. If you cancel or whatever, that's all with the state park system. So the t-shirts are already designed. I have ordered one. It should be here in the next couple of days. I think July 10th. I should have it by July 10th. So I am going to give you a peek at the t-shirt. If you would like to order one, like I said, I ordered one. It was $40, but it won't be that much if we order a bunch of them. The price will go down. So it appears that if we have 25 t-shirt orders, then the price will be $30 a t-shirt with shipping and everything. If you're interested in a t-shirt, let me know. I'm going to put some pictures up here, and I'm going to put a size chart up here, and you could just email me at rvrebelgirl. You can email me rvrebelgirl@gmail.com, and then I'll give you a address to Zelle. So it'll either be Zelle or PayPal. I'm a kind of a humble person. I don't say, hey, give me money. You know, I mean, if you want a t-shirt, you have to send me the money. Send me money. No, you have to send me the money in advance, and I'll need to have all the money before I place the order. I'll bring the t-shirts to the event. Hopefully you will attend. Here, I'm going to put up the size chart and then a picture of the front and the back of the t-shirt. I really like these t-shirts. I really like the choice of words for the WWR acronym. And that was something that Billy Strong suggested. He just said, how about blah, 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 blah. I said, oh my God, I love it. And when I thought, we will return, oh my gosh, that's like a boomerang. So fellow boomerangs, I hope you will return to Texas for another awesome event, meeting up like-minded people, just camping, having a campfire, sharing a couple of marshmallows, dancing underneath the stars, watching a movie, and breaking bread together. Hope you will come, because I'm really excited about this. You know, it's so many times we've along the road, you know, we've gone to an event and we've met some wonderful people, and then later on down the line, we hear that they've become ill and we've lost them and won't see them again. So this is an opportunity for us to continue to see the people that we really enjoy spending time with out on the road, meet new people that we might enjoy spending time with on the road, and just share some laughter and some fun. So join us for the fun. We will return to Texas and have a great meetup. See you in September. See you when the summer's through. Well, there we go. That's what it is. We are going to have a WWR. We will return. I am going to be a fellow boomerang. I'm always boomerang. I go from Chicago to Arizona to Nevada to Florida to Chicago. I can't hear you. Let me see. Your mic's off. Hold on. It says,
I got it. Okay, it's
good.
just me that said it. I got it. That is where I've seen you. Okay. You've been in Arizona before, right? You've been outside of Phoenix, and there's
I go to Quartzsite and everything. Yeah.
Quartzsite. That's it. That is where I see, because my mom's sister, well, and now her husband's gone, so rest in peace. But my mom's sister and her past husband used to travel down to Quartzsite every October, every November, mineral shows and everything. And I remember seeing one of your videos down there. I said, "Oh my God, Quartzsite!" I was like, I've driven through there. Told you I lived in Arizona for over 40 years, 47 years to be exact.
Wow.
So, I mean, I know the entire state backwards and forwards. I know where to go.
Yeah.
It's so much. And I had seen one of your, so RV, I had seen one of your videos there. I subscribed. I right away, because I said, oh God, she's in Quartzsite, where they have all these RV spots, and outside of Phoenix. And then at that time, I was like, I hope I get on one of her shows, because I know she's in the States, I'm in Canada, with my wife. It's kind of hard to get down to the States now, but this whole, I won't go into big details, but it's just about the, the whole citizenship thing. It's a mess of red tape. Let's just be honest.
Right.
Yeah. When you get in here, it's just you're like, okay, now what? And everything just kind of it all piles on top of each other. So, but my folks are very happy. They live back in Scottsdale. With my sister is living with them. My brother-in-law, he unfortunately lost his mom about a year or so ago. So he's living with them. He's sharing the space with my parents. And most everybody I know in my family either lives there in Arizona. There's one of my sisters who lives in California, actually outside of Long Beach. And my brother, he lives all the way up with his wife in Washington State, near a place called Nansen, Washington. And then my other then my other sister is back in Arizona. So, yeah, brother and two sisters. Yeah.
Well,
all my cousins.
That's great. When we're getting back to the WWR, I just wanted to mention a few things about the park. This park is really great. It was recommended by Billy Strong. It is on, because originally when the Lollapalooza meetup that I used to attend Lola would have it go to different state parks all the time. And then we found a state park we really liked in Abilene, and we kind of stuck there for a couple of years because the greatest thing about the park in Abilene was that it had a wagon wheel, and we could actually fit like 24 campers around the wagon wheel, sometimes even more if you were in a van. And your cost would be very, very low. Plus we were all right there in a wagon wheel. There was a dump for our sewer dump right there. Not just for us, but for the whole park, but it was right where we were located. But it also had this great pavilion in the middle of this wagon wheel. And this pavilion was enclosed. I mean, it had regular windows. It was a brick building. It had a male and female washroom, separate, or two separate bathrooms on the exterior of the building,
Sure.
a full kitchen inside, which was nice. A stove, a microwave, a sink where we could do our dishes. So even though as campers we didn't have sewer connection, we had electric and water. We didn't really have to do dishes there, and we could go to the shower house and not worry about having to dump our tanks. So many of us will go there and actually stay there for a week, sometimes 2 weeks.
Right.
You know, like a week, like 4 days before and a couple of 4 days after, and then for the event. We have had such wonderful people and such great friends that I met through that event when it first started. The first year I attended, it was at, I think it was Cedar Hill was the name of the state park. And it was raining, and I mean, we didn't have a pavilion. I mean, we went to like Lola's campsite and we all gathered there in the rain. But you know what? Camping isn't camping without a little rain. So what I
agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Well, I have this fun. Yeah, I have this fun story. If you don't mind, Carol.
Okay.
Prefer Carol or Carolyn?
Carolyn.
Carolyn. Okay, Carolyn. Yeah. So there's this fun little story. My brother was there with me, and also a friend of ours, James. And then there was my best friend, who I've known for 50 years, and he's actually family. He is connected with us, and his name is Larry. And the four of us, we drove up to Woods Canyon Lake there in Arizona, and we hung out and fished and whatever. But then we went up a little further up this road. Wow. We were headed to Young, Arizona, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's raining. And, we thought that we didn't think we were going to be there overnight. We just thought it was going to be like a day trip, go fishing, do whatever, four buddies hanging out, doing whatever. We didn't do a lot of drinking. We don't even do that. So, we were just, chilling out and everything. Next thing we know, we're on the road here, and all of a sudden, it just, out of nowhere, how up there in northern Arizona, they get all of this, the weather just comes down and hits you like a hurricane.
Right.
And next thing I know, the four of us are stuck inside my buddy's truck. And we had to sleep there overnight. All together, the four of us just stuck together with all this rain coming down. It was embarrassing. It was crazy as hell. But we got out of there. I mean, but the roads, the thing is, when it rains a lot, the roads, because they're mostly dirt roads, they will tend to turn into flash floods. So it was really difficult to get out of there. But It was a fun memory. Yeah, camping.
Yeah. And we have such great memories of these two events. The original WWR, which I originated in Starved Rock. I had the first event in Starved Rock, Illinois.
Where is Starved Rock located?
Starved Rock is in Illinois.
In Illinois, okay.
And then the second one we had was in Tennessee at the Tennessee Valley Authority.
Yeah, you said Gatlinburg. I used to book the hotel reservations for Gatlinburg.
Oh, I love that too.
Every year.
I like to camp there all the time. Yeah.
They have a great music festival that I used to book for a company called Choice Hotels International. And every year in Gatlinburg, every summer they have this fantastic music festival, country music and all this stuff. You have to book this thing a year in advance, at least, if you want to get a room. Because the whole, that entire valley sells out, like Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, all of them. Just, you can't even find a room anywhere. And I was just like, yeah. So,
I used to have a condo in Sevierville before I retired.
I used to
travel from Florida to Sevierville just for the weekend. So, because as a police officer, my job, I work 12-hour shifts. And so I would get like a 3-day weekend. I'd had a vacation day or 2 vacations, and I have a whole week to go up to my condo. So I really love it. And I bought that condo for dirt cheap. I mean, I am so sorry that I ever gave it up. I should have kept it because it was on top of a mountain.
Why did you give it up, Carolyn?
Huh?
Why did you give it up, Carolyn? You should have kept it.
I didn't have many mortgages when I retired. So, but anyway, so let me tell you a little bit more about the park. I'll tell that so my viewers can hear this, because basically that's what I wanted to make sure that this was about the event, announcing it. Hey, Jojo, welcome. So good to see you. Jojo, if you didn't see the beginning, because I know you're just coming in here, and I hope everybody's good at your house. JoJo's a good friend of mine from the northeast area, and up like
Where
towards
does she live in the Northeast?
Sometimes people don't give their states, but I think she's up
Right.
near Pennsylvania, or New York or whatever. But
Pennsylvania, New York.
yeah,
Cool.
but JoJo came to the Lollapalooza originally, and JoJo brings her birds with her. Like most of us travel
Nice.
with our cats and our dogs, and JoJo travels with her awesome birds, and it was just so awesome to see her. And then she came to the last one in Tennessee, which was so good to see her there. But this one in Texas, it's going to be in I try to keep the WWRs in the Midwest area, because there's a lot of there. She's saying Pennsylvania. There's a lot of meetups in Florida. There's a lot of van meetups in Florida. And there's the Arizona meetups, and then there's the Pacific Northwest meetups, but there's not a whole lot of meetups in the Midwest. There is the Michigan meetup, which is M25. That's going to be, Floss put the dates on here. I think it's the 18th through the 21st of September in Michigan. That's a great meetup over there too. It's really low key, and that's exactly the way this meetup is intended to be. No big structured schedules. Yeah. Just everybody could just be happy, be together, no drama or anything. The only thing that I would ask if people did want to donate something would be if they bring some firewood. Now, we're only going to be there a couple of days, so we don't need too much fire. But if everybody,
you don't need a bonfire. It's not like you need Burning Man or something. Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Since I rented a shelter. It's a screen shelter. It's a small, little cabin thing, and it has a big fire pit outside. It has water outside. It has one picnic table. So we always bring our own chairs. At our meetups, we always bring our own forks and spoons and our plates. And when we have a potluck, you bring your own plate, and you bring a plate if you can. Now, we always tell those who are on a fixed income, and it may not be costly. It might be too much for them to bring a plate. And if they're always welcome at our table, no matter what we bring, we make sure it lasts for everybody. So, if everybody kind of brings a plate. We've had, my friend Barb, the old farmer's wife. I love her to death. She has taught me so many things. She's taught me how to make homemade butter. She taught me how to, out of, raw cream milk. I make my own ghee. I make the butter. I make the ghee. She showed me how to can it. My friend Marcia in Michigan that I went to high school with, I've known her since we were in grammar school, and we used to go to Peppermint Park in my hometown. It was a little park with sweet sets were like peppermint sticks. I go see my friend Marcia in Michigan. I have two friends, Marcia, both from Michigan at one point, but Marcia, my high school friend Marcia, I've gone to, she's taught me how to can homemade salsa and some other things. In fact, I'm going to be visiting her, and she's going to show me how to make my own soap, because she makes the greatest soap from goat's milk. Wow. And it's done wonders for my skin, since I have such sensitive skin and allergies. So, but anyway, this is where we meet people, we learn things from each other, but we're not going to have any seminar. We just want to relax and have fun.
Oh yeah.
And have a campfire. We'll have, but our base camp, what we usually call base camp, even when we would go to the RTR, and Bob Wells's RTR in Arizona, which was awesome. It's a little different now because it's not in the desert anymore, but you had people right there camping with you, and we had a base camp where we had our fire at night. People had individual fires at their campsites, but we basically did have one area that we joined in. We will have I will set up a free table. If people, sometimes when you clean out your rig, one man's trash or one woman's trash is another's treasure. You won't believe, I come from we call it a Junkin family. My uncle Vito, My Uncle Vito had a salvage company, but he used to go to Maxwell Street and sell his goods every Sunday, which is a Chicago thing. But I don't think they have it anymore. But when we were kids, he'd go to Maxwell Street after Junkin on garbage night in all the different neighborhoods. You'd be surprised the things that the wonderful, beautiful things
My dad
sell them. But
my dad saves stuff. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the problem. He's a bit of a hoarder, and he saves things. And on his home site with my mom, they have 3 different sheds of stuff.
wow, I'd hate
And
to
I kid you not. And I mean, this is one of those, in Scottsdale, it's what they call Northeast Scottsdale, a Xenoscape. They live in a cul-de-sac, and right next to their house is the wash where the flash flood, all that stuff is. My parents, one of those sheds is theirs. The other 2 is my youngest sister. So they have 3 sheds. They're terrible hoarders. They have so much stuff. It's crazy.
Right.
At least it's not in the house. I mean, my parents have a very good house. I mean, a very decent one. But at least they don't have all the stuff in there. They had to put it into sheds. It's just weird seeing my parents, at their house the last time we were there with Suzanne because we were visiting. And we got married in Arizona and over in Phoenix, North Phoenix, where I used to live for 16 years of most of my life. And, so we went over there and, there's a lot of stuff inside, but you got 3 sheds full and they're all outside. And I just never seen a full house like that before.
Well,
a lot of people have, yeah.
So anyway, we will have a free table like we always do. We'll have our potluck on Saturday. Everybody brings a dish. We'll also have, hopefully, I'll have someone who will volunteer to do our coffee in the morning. Usually, if I don't know if Lila and Charlie will come. They used to come, and sometimes they can't make it because they have other issues, other important things to do, family. But Charlie was always our coffee man, or Tammy, which I know Tammy won't be able to do that, but because she'll be out of town. But we'll try to do what we can to have a morning coffee at the base camp, which will be at the shelter. And what's nice about the shelter is even though it's got screens around it, if it rains, we can have our food and stuff and have a few people we can manage to fit a few people in the shelter. And then keep our food from getting all wet or bugged out. And it's someplace to have food without the bugs getting in our way, the ants and the bees. If it were to rain, I talked to the ranger, and the ranger says if the lady that I talked to, she said, even though there's no windows, I think the one that I looked at that I rented has a couple of windows that have shutters on the inside, but she says there's hooks along the top, and we could put where you can hook the grommet part of a like a tarp or something up there. So I do have, Harbor Freight on my mailing list, and they always say if you come in and buy this, you could get a free tarp. So it's like, I'm going to be watching those because I'm going to go in and buy a flashlight. One of those, all you got to do is buy one little thing. It could be $3 or something, and they'll give you a free tarp. So I'm going to see if I can get a few tarps that I can. I have a couple that I have myself that I use all the time, but I'll get a couple more tarps so that this way, if it did rain, I could put these tarps up so the rain didn't come into our base camp shelter. The water, there's water. Electricity.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carolyn.
There's water. There's electricity at the shelter, and there's a couple of parking spaces out in front. Really, which if somebody's staying in that shelter, and camping,
obviously,
I think there's 2 parking spaces possibly that are there. But I would encourage people to walk up there from their campsite. So that's why I mentioned that I'm going to be in the Broken Bowl loop, and I showed that on the map. There's a Broken Bowl loop, and that loop has several availabilities right now. If somebody wants to go online and go ahead and book their site, Texas Parks do book up pretty quick, but I think that that area is pretty open. Now they're very well known at the state park for fishing and boating, and the power plant the power plant in Martin Creek Lake, it keeps the water warm year round. So all the
Yeah.
anglers there, they are reeling in some really large, lots of largemouth bass.
Yeah.
Carpy, I don't not a carpy fan, but channel catfish, yellow catfish, tilapia, and sunfish. They have a boat
Oh, I
ramp.
love tilapia.
Yeah, they
Love
have a
tilapia.
boat ramp and they have lighted fishing pier and a fish cleaning station.
Oh,
And they
nice.
also rent canoes. So I'm not going to bring my my inflatable kayak this year. I'm not going to travel with it because it takes up too much room in my van, and I've done some remodeling of my van because my bed fell. But anyway, so I'm not going to take my kayak with me, but it's great to know that we can go canoeing.
Yeah, sure.
We did go kayaking at the first WWR in Illinois at the Starved Rock State Park because they have caves and waterfalls and they have a kayaking area.
Yeah.
The second WWR that we went to in Tennessee, we there was a ramp there and people could go kayaking if they wanted to, but Douglas Lake was a little bit choppy that right then that time of the year I think. And we also at the Tennessee WWR we did attend the midnight first parade anywhere in the United States, 4th of July parade, which actually starts on the
At
3rd.
midnight? Wow.
Starts at midnight. I've gone there I was going every year, but now that I don't have the condo there anymore, I don't. I did not go last year to that parade.
Yeah. Have you, Carolyn, have you ever been to Mardi Gras in New Orleans?
I have not going. I was just, you know what? Hold on one second. Lila, thank
Hi,
you.
Lila.
Here, Lila. Oh, I'm
There
so
we go.
excited. I guess that I'm so excited. I think Lila and I think they're going to come. Charlie and Tammy are going to come. Lessons from Lila. Her husband's the one who always does the coffee. I'm so
Nice.
excited that they will come. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm so glad she popped up. It's good to hear from her. She doesn't live that far from me.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's a couple hours, and I sure do miss my my friends from our meetups, the the Lollapalooza and the WWR. I really do miss them a lot. You know what? I just want to say, these groups and these meetups that we have, for many of us nomads, even though some of us do have family, some don't have family, some are typically totally on their own, and the only people they have is us, are their friends that they meet on the road. And you know and a lot of us are like to be alone. We're introverted, but yet we do like to be out in the public, but then we have to go recharge our batteries. That's like me. I get all blah 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 blah, and it's like then I need a week by myself, like or 2 days. But
I hear you, Carolyn. I hear you. Have you ever considered having any of your WWRs up here in Canada, anywhere in Canada?
Well, I try, I tried to go to Canada, but it was during the virus, so I couldn't go.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Okay, yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I know everybody from our group, Charlie and Tammy, are gonna come. I love you guys. They are such wonderful people, and they have this awesome huge dog, and they're so good. And Charlie, Charlie even would make the popcorn for us for a movie night.
Yeah,
and that's the good thing about our shelter.
Yeah,
the shelter that we're gonna have, it actually is going to be in the section where all the shelters and the cabins are. So if you do not have a RV or a camper van, or if you're not, you don't want a tent camp, you can rent a shelter. And I'll tell you what, the shelters are very reasonable. They're 30. The one that I rented, the screened in shelter, which you are kind of subjected to some of the elements, but if you're a tent camper, you won't really care. Is only $30 a night.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you go into a bigger one, they're more. But if you do the cabins, there's a couple of cabins that actually have beds in there. but you have to bring your own linens. And they actually have no, there's no bathrooms, but we're going to be really close to the bathroom. And it's not that far for walking distance. Is that the
Right.
base camp will be really close to the shelter.
Oh,
Billy,
okay.
Billy Strong will be staying in a cabin. He's not going to be taking his bringing his trailer this time,
Yeah.
and it's really reasonable, especially if you have somebody else that you go in for, together with. If there's two of you, say you're even in a van, and you just get the shelter just so you have some place to you know breathe, since it can get being in a van, it can be um you know you could feel cooped up, if you
Yeah.
can't get, especially if it's raining, if you have no place, if you're stuck in a van when it's raining. It's so
Yeah.
nice to have a friend with a trailer. It's like the one
Yeah.
year, Lindy, my friend Lindy, she was originally from North Carolina. She lives in Texas now, but
Right.
Lindy she shed is her name. But Lindy camped with me, and she pulled her car in, and she turned her little SUV into a little, camper. And I kept saying, just
Right.
come in the camper. It was pouring rain that year. And that was the year Blind Views came to and surprised everybody. But
Right.
so I just said, come in here, but it was like pouring rain, and I always carry boots. So I have my boots, for the rain.
Right.
And finally I says, just come inside my camper, because my camper, that was my other my first camper. It was small, but
Oh,
still my dinette turned into a bed, but she was like, no,
oh,
no,
yeah.
no, no. But she came in
I've
when,
seen RVs like that before. Yeah. Hmm.
but she
Yeah.
came in and we played Yahtzee. She never played Yahtzee in her
I
life.
love Yahtzee.
I
I
know,
used to
I'm
play
so
that with
surprised.
my mom's stepdad
Yeah,
all the
so
time.
I'm thinking in the shelter, I still have some games. We could play left, right, center, which we played at one of our last meetups. I say left, right, center. Other people say left, center, right, or something like that. But we could play that. We could play, all kinds of games. We could play Yahtzee. We could play that. We could play, and we could do karaoke if we want. You know,
Oh, you guys have a karaoke set up too?
No, but I can do it. I've done it before. It's not
Oh,
hard to
no.
do. I could just put it on my computer, and I have a speaker, and people can sing, and I have
Want me
microphones.
to sing from it? Yeah, that's true. You can.
Yeah. So, and I do
I,
have it.
I started as a karaoke singer. Well, I started as a karaoke singer back in 1996, and this was after unfortunately, I've been divorced twice, but I have a beautiful Suzanne now. She's my lifeline, and I'm with her the rest of my life. But back when I started in 1996, I was just a newbie. I didn't know, I didn't know the first thing about harmony. I didn't know anything like that. Hi, JoJo. I know JoJo. I actually do know her
Oh, do
from
you?
from previous other streams. Good to see you, JoJo. Anyway, so long story short, I've actually been performing for 29 years,
I used
and
to have
I,
my
I
own.
sang. I sang with the Little River Band. I sang with the jazz band. I sang in a church choir for 3.5 years. I was with this
That.
friend of mine's band. He called it the Jamioki Band, which meant that he had a live band. We were playing live, and then the karaoke screen was on. So he called it Jamioki. His name is Bobby Cook. He lives in Henderson, Nevada right now. But he is the only person that ever patented that name, calling it Jamioki. And he
Oh,
gets money every time they say it or every time
yeah.
somebody uses
That's
it.
good. So, well, I used to have my own. I used to do a karaoke show and be a DJ back in the day, and
You were
actually,
a DJ too?
oh yeah,
Nice.
and actually, my son is in radio. So,
Nice.
it,
Nice.
like mother like son, I guess. No, I don't know.
Well, of
He's
course. No, no,
he's
no.
a
It's
little,
yeah, it's like mother
he's
like
got
son. Yeah.
he's the most handsome man, and he's got the greatest radio voice. And
That's what she calls me. I'm a handsome man. My mom says the same
actually,
thing. So I was like,
this is a quick story. When I was a police officer in Florida for the sheriff's department, um,
why?
he calls me up, and I had a cell phone then, because I didn't cell phones weren't real popular back in the day.
I
And
guess it was.
he
Yeah.
called me up on the cell phone, and he says, Mom, I got you on the radio. I said, oh, okay. And he says, I want you to tell all my listeners about your big bust. And I
Wow.
was like, I don't, I was like, he flabbergasted me. Well, everybody got a kick out of it. Well, he didn't mean my big body bust. He meant my big bust. I had just had a big a seizure of a bunch of dope. And I
Right.
said dope. It's not really dope. I should a bunch of cannabis when it's still illegal in Florida, but it was I
They
had
have it actually legalized here in Toronto by way of
oh yeah,
those dispensaries, what they call the Mary Jane dispensaries.
yeah.
I call them. But
But this
yeah,
was
I mean
over
they do that up here. I don't take it personally myself.
yeah. This
I
was
almost got in trouble. I won't even tell the story, but I almost got in trouble myself because I was an observer, not a partaker. I was an observer, and somebody, you know, that was
well,
it.
this was
So
over $1 million in
wow,
marijuana. So
wow,
it was really cool. So I of course I did on the radio, but my son is a radio person, but and he was on the air all the time, but now he's not. He's a manager. He's so he or owner, and so he does a lot of voiceover work, but he still does a lot of producing for other people. He produces a lot of people's
yeah,
commercials, etc., for them. So which right now, in fact, he's in Europe right now, and he has his good friend in Europe. He's been doing some stuff with his business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take you off screen, and I want to open this up so that in case anybody who's chatting would like to ask some questions about the meetup. Okay. But I want to
absolutely.
thank you so much for coming up on screen. Not everybody does that. I'm glad that you did join us, and thank you. I
Thank
wish you could
you.
come to the meetup, but I hope you will still
I wish
stay,
I could.
still
Yeah,
stay,
I wish we could, but
listen
we
to
live
the,
in Canada. It's kind of hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you still stay and listen to the chat, and anybody who doesn't know, I did put the link up for Mike's channel. So if you want to go over there and check it out, maybe subscribe, that would be great. You know, we
That'd
try
be
to
awesome.
encourage people to subscribe to other
Thank you.
people's channels. Thanks, Mike. So, all right. So does anybody have any questions about the meetup? When I'm talking about the different things that with the park. Now, with the Texas state parks, there is an entrance fee of $4 a day if you don't have a state park pass. If you want to get a state park pass, I believe it's $70 or $75, and it's good for a year. Which I used to always do that because I would stop at their parks many times. I love camping in Texas, but I do belong to Thousand Trails, and I've upgraded my plan. And Thousand Trails has like 7 parks in Texas, all around Dallas and all the way south. Thanks so much, Eddie. So also, they're open daily, obviously, on the day side from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. So even if you live in the area and you can't come and stay overnight and camp, you might want to just come for the day. If you're not, make a day trip, and then you just come in at, with the day pass, and then come on over to the Broken Bowl, BOWL. I know it's like a tongue twister, that loop, and come over to the shelters. And we're going to be in shelter number 19. I think I said 19. I should look at my photos, because I did take a picture of it. I believe it's shelter 19. I'm looking. Hold on a minute. Oh, no, that's an Amazon order. I take pictures of everything, shelter area. Yes, it's going to be shelter number 19. So I hope I put it right on the video. Shelter number 19 is going to be our base camp. And like I said, we're going to have power and everything else. Now, we have that all night, just like a campsite. Okay. So, as long as we keep it down and keep it quiet, if people want to stay, after 11 o'clock in there, we'll go ahead and do that. But I will be, they say you have to supply your own locks. So in the event, like if you're camping in there and staying overnight in there, and you're, other people, they would put a padlock on the door. So I'm going to have a padlock available in case we decide, okay, we just want to lock it, because maybe we're going to go off and do an event, but there's always somebody who wants to hang out, you know. I know Charlie likes to hang out a lot because he likes to go and make stuff and share stuff, and so does Lila. She's always got like stuff out for people. Come on over, you know, and which is really kind of cool. And that's why I'm really excited that they're going to be coming, because I miss them. We haven't been able to see them, and it's been a couple of years since I've been. And they do such wonderful things for other people. They're really great people. So did anybody have any questions about the meetup and the t-shirts? So I'm a boomerang now. Okay, I am a boomerang. It's kind of funny, but you know, that's what it is. I'll be back. I'm a boomerang. Our shirts are really awesome. I'm going to be posting those. Like I said about the order for the t-shirts, I just ordered a t-shirt and it was $40. Okay. But that's because I only ordered one t-shirt. And so I had to pay for all the shipping and everything. So the more you order, the less it is. And Lola, when she was doing the event for Lollapalooza, she was ordering from Vistaprint. When I originally ordered my t-shirts for the original WWR, I ordered through Teespring, because I do have my t-shirts for my channel, and the things that I sell on my channel are all through Teespring, because Teespring lets you order like one t-shirt at a time, or one coffee pot at a time. I mean, not coffee mug or something like that, like, and you can order one hat. But with this, with Vistaprint, they don't let you do that. I wasn't able to integrate that into my channel, or so that we could order, people could just order it and have it shipped to their house and get a lesser price for it. So it could be kind of costly, I mean, I think $40 is a lot for a t-shirt. And I ordered one, but no offense. I mean, it is a lot of money for a t-shirt. So I took a look at it. Like, I was like, if I could order 25 t-shirts, it lowered the price to, it was just under $30. That's not counting shipping. So I rounded it up to like $30. So I think for $30, I can get the t-shirts for $30. And that's still a lot. But if it's an event, I'm usually willing to pay that for a one-time event. We don't make any money off of it if Vistaprint gets it, if there's more than 25 t-shirts, which I don't know how many people are going to come, then the price could be lower, and which would be great. And we'll know that when I get all the orders in. If it's less than 25 people, the price might be a little bit more, but it won't be $40. It'll be less than $40. I think we can get that down to less than $40 with the amount of people that we have, I'm hoping. So if you want a t-shirt, then what you can do is email me at rvrebelgirl@gmail.com. rvrebelgirl, all one word. It doesn't matter if they're caps or not. Like I had in the earlier little video, rvrebelgirl@gmail.com. And then if you do, and you can send me your size, and you send me the money, I'll order your t-shirt. And JoJo, for you, for you, because you can't come, I will definitely get you a t-shirt if you would like one, and send it to you. I don't want to have to, I'm not going to get into the postage part of everything right now, but I would do that. JoJo's been coming since the beginning of time to my events and to the Lollapalooza events. And I would definitely send one out to you if you're interested. And we'll just, give me the, figure out the price and what it would cost to send it out. And I'm excited. I wish you could come, JoJo. I totally understand, that not everybody can get, on the road and come down here. Just email me and we'll if it's under, I really hope that I get at least $25 worth of orders. And they go up to 4XL, I think, that it said on the sizing that I put the sizing up there, and how to measure it. Yes, I'm looking at the sizing chart. It goes up to 4XL. And hi, RV Ashes in April. Hey, Margie and Jeff. RV Ashes in April. Hey, anybody who is on the channel that is not familiar with Margie and Jeff's channel, that's their channel. I like to promote everybody's channel on my channel and make sure that people know that you have a channel out there. They have great videos and they're wonderful people. Welcome. So I don't know how much you saw, but we are going to have another WWR, Margie, but this time it's going to be in Texas, and it will be at the Martin Creek Lake. I'm a little dyslexic sometimes. I miss words around. Martin Creek Lake State Park. Now, in the beginning of the video, in the beginning of the live stream, like in the between, I showed a video, and I will actually be posting. This will be posted on my channel, but I'll also post the video by itself just about the meetup on the Lollapalooza Encore Events Facebook page and on the WWR Facebook page, so everybody gets the information. We miss you guys too. Tammy, where are you guys? Margie, where are you guys at right now? Are you in Tennessee? We love Tennessee. Margie and her husband love Tennessee. You never know, Jojo. We talked. Oh, Knoxville. We love the Knoxville area. My favorite church is in Sevierville area there, right between Sevierville and Kodak, and the New Hope Church. Pastor Tommy Sturbins. Oh God, I love that pastor. I know his sister. We worked together, and Tommy used to work for the sheriff's department that I worked at in Florida. But they have such a great family, and I just love his. He sits behind. Not to change the subject, but he sits behind his organ up on stage because he sings and he has an album out and everything. But he sits behind his organ while he's talking, and he gets out from behind there. But it's so nice because it's so relaxed, and it's a very relaxed atmosphere at his church. Oh, let's see. Thanks, Mike and Susie, for coming up on screen. It's great to have someone join you on screen. Floss says hi, Margie and Jeff. This is great. We've been on for an hour, but that's okay. I don't care if anybody, they want to come, they join. I'm waiting on Tammy, RV Tollers. If anybody knows Tammy, we camp together once in a while. Actually, Tammy was with me when I got into an altercation with a chainsaw. Can you see it from here to here? Last year. It was last year, August, I think. Wasn't it August, Tammy? When I was parked at the WBIG radio station building. Oh my God. I bought one of those. You could see, maybe you can see the scar. Let's see if I can get closer up. See the scar all the way up? Yeah. It actually went almost all the way up into my nail, but curled over. Thanks, Mike. You have a great weekend too. I got into an altercation with a chainsaw. That one of those mini chainsaws. In fact, I was going to give it away because when I was cleaning out my van, I thought I got to give this away. I haven't used it since. Tammy, if you're listening while you're driving, I have not used that chainsaw since. And thank goodness she was there, because I filleted my thumb wide open. And then I may have even chipped the bone. I don't know. But then we had to grab something really quick for disinfectant. And Tammy grabbed the vinegar and water bottle. And it's like, oh man, it burned so bad. I am so blessed by my Lord Jesus Christ that I did not get infected and lose my hand because of an infection or gangrene or something. I have to thank the Lord every single day for giving me my friend Tammy to be there when this happened, because we were able to immediately wash it out, even though it hurt like heck. And we butterflied it together real quick. And then I went up to the CVS and I got these really great butterfly bandages. And I mean, it's just a line going up. I mean, my stitches wouldn't look that good, you know? Thank you, Tammy. Tammy pulled that sucker tight together, and I just kept it loaded up with Neosporin. I don't know. Everybody teases me, says I don't say that right, but Neosporin. Yeah. I just kept it loaded up. And I did some research on the internet, and it says, everybody says air out your wounds. No, don't air them out. You got to keep them really moist so that they healed, you know? So I am really grateful and thankful that the Lord has given me such great friends, to help me during those times. But I got your chat, Mike. Thank you. Yeah, thank God for Tammy. Tammy wrote on her Facebook post, "What are you grateful for today?" And I wrote, "I'm grateful for you." And then and I had to extend my condolences to Tammy, and I'm so happy that she's going to come here. She recently lost her sister, so that's why she's back in Illinois. Otherwise, she wouldn't be here. It's kind of too hot. She'd be still up in the mountains somewhere, And it's just going to be so cool. I'm so excited about this meetup. I am so excited that some of the people that have, been coming all along are willing to drive out to Texas and do this. It's about a 13-hour drive for me. And but I think it is centrally located, really, which is a nice thing. It's located in a nice area. It'll be on the east side of Dallas, closer to the Louisiana line. And also, what's the state right above there? Arkansas? Yeah, it's not far from. When I looked on the map, it's really not far from I-20. So it was easy to get to. And Billy Strong has been to the park before, and I'd watched a couple of videos about the park. So just so you know, if you're watching this, that and come into the event, that this isn't something I've actually scheduled with the park, because it's not like we book the spots like we've done in the past with other events, and then the people just say, I'm with WWR. It's not like that. You're responsible for booking your own spot, and your costs and all that stuff is all between you and the state park and where you park. I let you know where we're going to be parked at, so that you can, where people are going to be. And I'm so glad that I was able to reserve a shelter to be our base camp, because and I checked that out with her. She says, as long as people walk up to because you really can only have 8 people at a shelter, at a campsite. But she said, as long as people, I think my earbud's going out, walk up to the campsite, that it's okay. It's just as long as we don't have a bunch of cars at the campsite, because you can only have 2 cars at a campsite. Oh, my earbuds are okay. It's the little box that's going low. Anyway, everybody here still hear me all right? Oh, bye, Floss. Thank you. Have fun at the M25 if you're going this year. M25 is an event in Michigan, as I mentioned earlier. It's another event. And if you're looking to find out what events are happening, I think Charlie Grace usually has a something that she posts on her website or on her Facebook page, on her group page, that talks about all the different events that are happening, that she knows of. Like the RV shows, or the meetup in Michigan, or the van meetup in Florida. Florida has some great van meetups, and they're not really just for vans. They say van meetup, but you can go if you have a trailer, or an RV or motorhome, usually in most cases, unless the site is, oops, I put something outside. My hair is falling out. Usually most of the meetups, you just email them and they'll let you know if the camping area is significant for, RVs, which is kind of cool. So does anybody have any questions about the meetup? Bring it on in the chat. Right now we are at O'Connell's campground. I've done a video about this before, but I upgraded my 1,000 Trails membership, and I purchased the adventure plan, not the lifetime adventure plan, because that's really expensive, but the 4-year contract adventure plan. And I got it's not like I got a good deal. It's a very good deal. And at my age, I really need to have something that I know that I can book a park, Yes, Margie. But I know that, this state park, it says it's a $4 daily fee. Sometimes I think, well, why not just add the $4 to the price of the camping space? My camping space is only $17. So, and because I'm not from Texas, I don't get a senior discount. But if you were living in Texas, and for me, because I'm not going to be utilizing the parks all year round, buying the state park pass would not be worth it. Okay. But so I did not get the state park pass. So from the $4 a day plus the 17, so it was it's $21 a day for the site, which to me was kind of it was very reasonable. And our sites over at the Abilene State Park were only $12 a day, which is really a good price. But you had to pay $5 a day over there to get in. And if you had an extra car, you had to pay the extra car. So if I put somebody else on my site with me and they had it, because I have 2 vehicles, your trailer is considered a vehicle, even if it's not a drivable trailer, So even though it doesn't have an engine, it's still considered a vehicle at the Texas state parks. And then you can have, if somebody else comes, you have to pay for that extra car. But it really wasn't that bad for 4 days. It's not, with my 1,000 Trails membership, it's a great deal. And when I go to 1,000 Trails Park, because, I just pay my one flat fee for this 4-year contract. And then I pay I pay so much money a month. I gave a down payment. I pay so much money a month that I couldn't rent a golf cart for what I pay for my 1,000 Trails membership, on a monthly basis. Golf carts are renting for like $150 a day. It's crazy. The golf carts here are renting for like $90 a day. And if you go to the golf cart company right outside the campground, they charge you more, even if they tell you, we won't rent you a golf cart unless the park has sold out on all their golf carts. And then it's even more money over there. Like, oh my God, what a thing. Yeah, that is crazy. Okay, so Lessons from Lila is asking, are the shelters across from Site 19 cabins or screen rooms? Okay, I'm in the screen. I rented a screen shelter. Okay, and like I said, it's empty. There's nothing inside there, but there is electric available, and on the outside they have a spigot, for water, and with a little square, and I think it's got even like a little drain there, not a dump, but just like, for the water to go, obviously, when you're using the spigot, because it's not a hookup site for water. So and then they have a picnic table, and then they have a garbage hook. But I can send you the map. If you email me, I'll send you, I think I have your email. I could send you a map um, of the park. But yes, the shelters and the cabins are all in one section. Oh, the event. When's the event? Margie, it is September 26th, 27, and 28. But I'm going to be there 25th on Thursday. I like to get there a day early because, I like to park my camper and be set up and take my breath before But like I said, this one is not going to be crazy. There's not going to be like all kinds of things going on. You don't have to be someplace at a certain time or anything like that. If so I want to be able to get there and then open up the shelter, when it's time to check into the shelter and open up the shelter. So that's available for people that are coming in on Friday. So I have the shelter Friday and Saturday only. And then I have to close it up on Sunday and return Well, they all look like the same cottages. I mean, if you look at them, they're all there. Like 1 through 20, I think, are either cabins or they're shelters. And the cabins, there's only a couple of those. And there's only like 2 with air conditioning. Billy got one with air conditioning. And the cabins are a little bit more, the cabins are a little bit more expensive. There's Billy. He's here. Lila. Tammy. Oh, I wasn't going to tell you which one he's in, but so Billy, it must have just got home from work and he's probably thinking, oh, it's 222. He's thinking, she didn't tell me. I know. I was just going to post a video of Billy. I decided to go live. Billy's in number 3. So if you look at the map, Billy's in number 3 and I'm in number 34, which it's not far. I just have to go right around the corner to his. But 19 is right across from Billy's cabin. From Billy's place, 19's right across. And I purposely did book that one so that we would be right there. But, the base camp would be right there by Billy and whoever's in his cabin. Yeah, 2 and 3 are more like cabins. And 2 and 3, I think 2 and 3 are both air conditioned, right, Billy? And they cost a little bit more, but they have beds in there and air conditioning. And they're just like a regular cabin. You don't have to worry about it just being screens or anything. It's like being in a little tiny house cabin, but they don't have like a lot of amenities. They have bigger cabins that have a full kitchen and a full bathroom. They do have like, is there like only one cabin that has a bathroom, Billy? I don't remember. But there's only like 2 that have air conditioning. And I think one of them's still open. I don't know. So I don't know, Texas people, how hot is it in the end of September? It was beautiful when we would go to Texas in October. Let's see. I can look. I have go in the camping screen shelters and cabins. Okay, the cabins, there's a 4-person cabin that is $85 a night. That's one of the more expensive one, plus the daily entrance fee if you don't have a state park. So that's like $4 a day. That sleeps 4 people. It has 1 bedroom and it has 2 beds. You have to provide your own bath and bed linens, and they collect a cleaning damage deposit. Now you get that back after you check out, as long as everything's good. The cabins are wheelchair accessible, but not fully ADA compliant. The cabins have an ADA bath. Oh, they have a bath. ADA bath, a shower, toilet, and sink, and they can sleep up to 6 people if you bring additional bedding. Picnic table, interior lights, no pets inside the cabins. So now I will say this. You'd have to talk to them, but what I read and what it says in their website is they do not consider pets. They do not consider service animals. I'm not talking about emotional support dogs. I'm talking about service animals. Actually, service animals, registered service animals for blind people, for seizure people. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. They do not consider them pets. So in some of the places you're allowed to have them, even if it says no pets. But you do emotional support dogs don't cut it. Table and chair, stove with an oven, refrigerator, microwave. Oh my God, they have a lot. Toilet, shower, bathroom, central air and heat, screen back porch. I thought I saw a screen back porch on yours, Billy, when I said that. Outdoor smoker grill and 2 double beds. Now the cat, oh wait, now Billy's number 2 and 3, those are $55 a night. Okay. Thanks, Granny Bear Gus. Supposed to be in the 80s. We'll see. The number 2 and 3 are $55 a night. And they have 2 of those sites. And they have 2 beds. They sleep 4. And you're allowed to have 5 people per site. Now, these cabins do not have restrooms. So, like the one Billy's in, there's no toilet. And bring your bucket. And let's see, they do not have restrooms with showers, but the bathroom is right across the way. So if you look at the map that I already put in the video, and I don't know if I can bring it back up here, but I can try and see if I can post it. 1 bunk bed, 2 twins. Some of them have a full bunk with a twin above it. They have a picnic table, the grill, and everything else. Now, of course, it says prices can change. Parks add daily entrance fee in addition to any facilities, but once you pay online, you pay online. Now, I did put the number up there if you wanted to call to make the reservation. But you can do them online if you want to. So let me see. I think I have the map. I'm going to see if I could send myself a picture of it, because Billy and I discussed all this. That's why you stay close to the bathroom. I know you just got home from work, Billy. Do you want to come up on screen, or would you rather not, since you just got home from work? My brother from another mother, and I'm his sister from another mister. Let me see if I can recopy this, and I'll send this to oh, he said he would rather not. Yeah, he just got home from work. So, I'm sure he just got home from work. He doesn't want to be right. I just got a bell. Ding. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if I got a text message. Oh, yeah, he's sending me the map. I was looking for it on my and I'm going to send it, see if I can put that up on here. It might take me just a minute. So Jojo says, "Hi, Billy." I have to save it here before I can get it up there. Hold on 1 second. Uh-oh, don't lose me. Did I lose you? No. Okay. Let's see if I can do this. I want to see if I can add it. Ooh. Go to my computer. There it is. Yep, I'm going to be able to do it. Hang on here. Sometimes I can't do it while I'm in the middle of the live stream, but I've been getting better at this because I've been, I love this StreamYard thing, but you get more benefits if you buy the professional StreamYard. you know, but they've really gone up in price. Here we go. I'm going to bring it up. Come on. Oh man, come on. Where's the file? It's not coming up. Maybe because I did a PDF. It is a PDF. Okay, I got to do this again. Maybe I'll just have to copy it or save it. For some reason, it's not. It let me transfer the file, but it's not letting me open it with the picture. So I'm not sure why that's doing that. I'm going to find another one while we're talking here. Oh, thanks, Jojo, for coming. We appreciate you being there, being here for the chat. And I'm sorry, I hope we can maybe meet up again at another event. It was so great that we got to see you at the last one that you were able to make. I'm going to try to upload the one that I have because it's a actual picture. And it's just going to take me a minute here to do that because it's a ping, and I'll da 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 da. Let's see if it'll let me do that now. Can you still see me when I'm moving back and forth to my computer? Okay, great. Thanks, Lila. And Jojo, have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. So let's see if I can bring it up now. I'm going to try to bring up another one. Crazy, isn't it, the way that these programs are? Here we go. Now it should come up here. There it is. Oh, thanks, Billy. Because, sometimes when you move from screen to screen, it's hard to see. So you probably can't see my cursor in here. But if I had the picture with the little finger showing you, it has all your. Let me move me out of here. How about now? Can you hear me now? I feel like, sorry about that. Okay, you should be able to hear me now. Right? When I took my picture off of there, it muted my microphone. Sorry about that. So if you look at the look at the map, one goes all the way around and they have like a loop and it comes out, and then 21. Number 19 is directly across from number 3, which is where Billy will be staying. So, and then you see the bathroom is right there, almost catty corner from number 19. It's just a little square, but if you see the little icons over to your right, you'll see, the bathroom, shower, and wheelchair. And then around the corner in the Broken Bow camping area, sites 22 to 34 is, well, I'm in number 34. And there's an E there, and the E means it has electric and water. The amphitheater is all the way in the Bee Tree camping area. They have a little amphitheater where you can have like movies, and they have seats and everything there. But I originally had my campsite there, but I moved it. And when I knew that Billy was going to get a cabin, I said, let's try to get closer to each other. And I moved it over. But I thought with the shelter is less money than even the pavilion. They wanted a little bit more money for the pavilion to rent it. The pavilion's all the way over, on another loop, too far away. It's in the day area, but it's a pretty big campsite. They have trails there, and like I said, they have fishing, and they have a boat ramp. They have tent camping. Some tent camping. It's a pretty nice park from what I could see. And then you could see the other little bitty map where they show the boat ramp. It's over by the power plant. And like they said, they keep the power plant, is the water's pretty warm there because of the power plant. And the fish just love that the power, And at the bottom of this map, you could see there's the address and the phone number. So for those people who don't like messing around and with the online junk trying to find a spot, although it's pretty easy to book a reservation with Texas state parks as compared to some other state parks. I mean, I was looking at a state park in Michigan, and it's like you have to put the date in. You just can't look and say, okay, let me see what's available, and just keep like scrolling through until I find the A's that say available for the site that I want, because maybe I'm pretty open. I can just book whenever I want, but no, you have to keep putting a different date in. And then if it says partial, it doesn't tell you that, okay, it's open on Monday, but then somebody's there Tuesday, Wednesday, but you can come back Thursday, Friday. You can't see that on them. So this is a really easy system that Texas state parks have. Still there, Billy? How's the weather in Tennessee, Margie, Jeff? Is it warm? It's pretty warm here today. I say, look at the weather here today. It's 85 and sunny. I mean, it's been 85. It's been very breezy. I have my air conditioning off. Oh, 90s. Wow. Yeah, it's been 90s here where I'm at. But Danny's she just crashed out. Danny's been sick. She hasn't been feeling good. She's had a tummy ache, but she's doing better today. She finally ate really well last night. And the day before she finally ate, but she hadn't eaten for over 24 hours. I had to actually force her to drink water, which is crazy. I'll turn that TV off. So anybody else have any questions about the meetup? The t-shirts? If we get a big enough order, it should lower the price a lot. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. If they're in Tennessee, it gets humid there as well, And Illinois is pretty humid. What's nice about when I would stay in Nevada, it's funny because my nephew and niece, when they were little, they used to say, Aunt Carolyn, you can't even spit here. It's so dry. And we used to laugh. But 90 in Nevada is not bad because there's no humidity. But I used to say when I lived in Florida, they always lie about the weather. They tell you when it's really, really hot, they tell you it's less than it is because they don't want to lose the tourism. And it's when it's really, really cold, they tell you it's a little hotter than it really is. It's all a scam. No, I'm kidding. Well, we've been on here for an hour and a half. Oh my goodness. That's a long time. That's true. And then you could get on the rides at Dollywood. I just love Dollywood. I'm looking forward to maybe, to going again. I don't go on all the rides, but I like Dollywood. Mike and Lisa. Hey, Mike. Hey, Lisa. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Mike and Lisa Excellent Adventure, aka Minivan Mike. For those who didn't realize that he changed his name because they're not in a minivan anymore. They're now in a nice camper, him and Lisa, and they're traveling a little bit. I just saw your pictures on there on the Facebook. Megavan Mike, yeah. Oh, hey, Mo Bang for your bucks. I thought you were in another country. Thanks for showing up. Oh my God, I'm so excited because you're here and Charlie and Tammy, Lessons from Lila, was here. We're having a meetup in Texas. Great to see you too. Tim, we're having a meetup. Are you back in the country? I thought you were out of the country. Didn't I see you were in Korea or something? Or were you just doing a video about Korea? Oh, Vietnam. Oh, how was your trip? I hear everybody says it's just beautiful going to China Beach. Did you have a great time? This guy, anybody who's on the chat and doesn't, you should know Tim. Most people I think know Tim, but for any viewers who are watching the replay, is Tim makes the best homemade egg rolls at all of our meetups. He's always brought egg rolls for the potluck, homemade egg rolls. So Tim, we're having a WWR back in the US, back in the USSA. Yeah. So if I say so, it's too much, but Tim, we're having a WWR meetup. We will return. We're going to be a bunch of boomerangs. I hope, and it's going to be in Texas he makes the best egg rolls ever. It's going to be at Texas at Martin Creek Lake State Park. If that's in Tatum, I think that's how you pronounce it. Tatum, Texas. It's on the east side of Dallas, and it's mark your calendar if you're able to come with. Come there. We'd love to see you. It will be September 26, 27, 28. I'm going to be there early, the 25th. September 26, Friday, 27, Saturday, and 28, Sunday, we'll be checking out. Or I'm going to check out on Monday. But if you want to stay, stay with us and hang out. It's going to be real casual, not a bunch of running around and not having time to relax and take a breath. Okay. So it's going to be real casual, kind of just like the Michigan M24 and, N23, M23, just very low key. And I'm going to be in campsite number 34. But if you go back, I'll put another video up just about the event. And I'll be in campsite 34. Billy Strong is going to be in a cabin number 3. So we're right near each other. And our base camp will be in shelter number 19. I know you're always casual and relaxed. Basically, we're going to have a potluck on Saturday. I think I was saying like at 2:00, but maybe 3:00. I don't know. Whatever anybody wants to do. My neck is bothering me today. And Lessons from Lila said that they're going to come. And so Tammy and Charlie will be there. Charlie has already said, and I thank God for Tammy and Charlie, because Charlie's already said he would do the coffee. I'll bring the coffee though. We'll bring the coffee and the coffee supplies. As long you got the pot, that's great, because the pot that I had when I had the blowout in my other camper and then got this camper, the pot's gone. So yes, it's after M25. M25, I think Floss was on here earlier. I think she said it was September 19th through 21st. You'll have just enough time to drive over there for the next weekend in Texas if you want to come. We have t-shirts that we're going to have that, I need an order in advance if you decide to get the t-shirt. But I think the t-shirts are going to be about $30. Great. I'm glad. I'm so excited. That'll be great, because we love seeing you. It would be, it would be great if Mario, I don't know if Mario see this. I know it's probably stretching it. I don't think Mario gets to Texas, but I would love for everybody to meet Mario. He is so cool. Mario did a video. Oh, great. You're going towards Louisiana anyway. Oh, how cool. It's only an hour from Louisiana. There you go. He said it's between Longview and Marshall. Billy's from not far from that area. When I mapped it, it's only like an hour from the casino I stay at in Bozer. I know the mayor's cousin. And so if I stay in the parking lot there, and then I could go on to the park. Perfect. Yeah. I'm so excited. That is great. Yeah, M25, I think they said was going to be the 21st. Floss just was on here. The 21st or the 19th through the 21st, I think. Let me look. I'm going to look at the website for them. M25. It's a group page. Oh, M25 gathering. I guess I have M25, the gathering update number 2. They have an update. I don't know what that is, but I just want to make sure I see the dates. Oh, it's not saying the dates in the thumbnail. But I'm almost sure Floss said it was. She left already, but I'm almost sure it's like the 19th through the... Oh, here it is. Oh, it just says Merrill, Michigan. It should be like in their thumbnail, in case you forget, But I'm almost sure she said that's the 19th through the 21st. And then ours is Uncle. Oh, it's Uncle. Did I miss something? Oh, okay. My friend is the mayor's uncle. I get it. You miss having the Texas meetups? Me too. That's why I said we're doing this. Billy and I were talking, and I said, listen, I'm going to be right there near the border. I booked it. Can you come and meet me? You and Rhonda. And he said, let me see. And so he said, call me back. He says, yep. He goes, we can meet you, because we've been talking about like just doing like a couple days camping. And I said, how about if we open it up and we do an event? We'll do a WWR. And he said, yeah, we can do that. Low key though, Tim, real low key. let's just relax and chill and enjoy life and enjoy each other and our campfire. So I did mention to people that if anybody wants to bring anything, they can bring some or gets we could buy firewood there, but if they don't like you bringing it in from out of the state, as long as it's from Texas, that's okay, I guess. But if you want to bring some firewood, and then of course we have a potluck on Saturday. I'm thinking anywhere from 2 to 3 o'clock. We'll have to decide. I'm well, you guys might be able to have a conversation, but we're not going to do any classes. But you could talk about it. Because it's a lot to bring all your equipment. He's staying in a cabin. You got to bring all your stuff with you and everything. I will have my Dutch oven with, oh no, I will have maybe a little Dutch oven, but I'll have my cast iron frying pans with me. And, if we do a breakfast or something, maybe I'll make some biscuits in them because I'd like to learn. I've never done that, but Frugal showed us how to make biscuits in the frying pan. Oh, I know. But that's how I learned how to season the one year at Lollapalooza, Billy cleaned up my frying pan that I, made a mess out of. In fact, I showed him my frying pan when we were talking on the phone yesterday, and he's like, I don't see any rust. I said, well, no one ever died from oven crud poisoning. Yeah, Tim, you could show. Well, let me tell you something. At M23, I went over to Tim's van and I watched him make those egg rolls, and he kind of showed me a little bit. But he has a video. How cool. Oh, Billy says he's only kidding. But he has a video. So if you want to learn how to make more bang for your bucks egg rolls from the Mr. Tim, go to his channel and he's got a video how to make his famous egg rolls. You know what I make is I have a recipe for egg rolls in a bowl. It's everything in a bowl, but no roll. Yeah, it always tastes better when someone else cooks it, doesn't it, Billy? Everybody loves my homemade spaghetti gravy, but I always say, and I love my homemade spaghetti gravy, but I always say my sister's tastes better. So when I'm in Las Vegas, I end up not eating keto because my sister makes Sunday dinner when I'm in town. I mean, because that's a family tradition, Sunday dinner, and she always makes homemade gravy and pasta for me. Oh wow, you make veggie, keto, and regular from one batch. So you probably make the keto first before you put all the stuff in there. And I don't know. But how fun. So as I was telling her, Tammy, RV Trollers is supposed to be on her way here. I don't know what time she said she was coming, but I didn't get a text from her yet. Let's see. And I'm just sitting here chilling, waiting on her. You're right. You know what? It's funny that you said that, because I'll tell you what, my brother Dante, who's my brothers and my sister are my bestest friends. But my brother Dante passed away, and but he used to always say to me, I can tell if you cheat on your gravy. He goes, I can tell, because I can tell when there's no love in it. He goes, you used a jar to spice it up? I said, no. He goes, I know, you're just testing you. But there were times when, we were in a hurry and okay, we'll use Prego. But when we were growing up, they didn't have Prego. So we would make a fast gravy for our pasta, a red gravy for our pasta. But what we would do is we would make it with ground meat, and you could make it in an hour because you were grounding the meat up, and then you would make a little baste out of the grease in the pan, and then pour it into the red tomato sauce, and it would season it up because you were able to get that meat flavor in the in the red gravy that it usually took hours to cook into the gravy. It's the love. My brother would always say, I can tell if your heart wasn't in it, I could always tell when your heart's not in it. I said, my heart's always in it. Especially if I'm making like lasagna, because I take my time, or if I'm making homemade manigot, because I make my own shell, even my grandkids, my son, my grandkids, they know how to make homemade noodles. For the most of the part, I mean, the only place my son ever had boxed macaroni was at my house. My mother-in-law every Sunday made homemade spaghetti. She made her own spaghetti noodles every Sunday. Oh, and I loved him. I would go over there, because my son, after I was divorced. You too, Margie and Jeff. I always assume that Jeff's with you and it's Margie and Jeff. So I never know. It could be Jeff and Margie's with him. But we love you. It's so good to see you come on the chat. I wish you could come to the meetup, but maybe we'll see you in Tennessee or something, or maybe while I'm driving through, I'm back on my way back, or even in Arizona if you make it out there this year. Billy, the Strong's Adventures. Look at Strong's Adventures video list, because they may have done a video, Billy says, on that particular park. I know they did a video on Tyler State Park, because I've seen that one. Boy, it's getting a little windy out there. I can hear my canopy or my awning flapping around. Whew. Can you hear it? Thanks for joining us, Margie and Jeff. Have a great time in Tennessee with the girls. Oh, that's my awning. That's going back and forth. I may have to pull that bad boy in a little bit. I can do it right from here because I can reach the control right at my fingertips. There it goes. Oh, that you did one about the Tesla Dutch oven meetup. Okay, when they had the Tesla Dutch oven meetup, Billy did it and Rhonda did a video, but he's not sure if they showed the park. Safe travels, you guys. Well, it's about 2 hours. We've been on this live chat for about 2 hours, which has been so much fun. Oh, you tortured him with the egg roll. Oh, how funny. You're still in the van. Are you still in the van? I think you're still in the van, aren't you, Tim? I know I did see your van makeover. I'm pulling in my awning because the wind is like blowing it all over. Always in the minivan. And he's got some great videos on how he sets up his minivan for camping, Well, folks, I am going to call it a day. This has been 2 hours, and I'm hoping that the people that popped in and out got some of the information. If for those of you who are watching this video from straight from YouTube and without being in the comment area, which you can do, I guess, I don't know, because sometimes after I sign off, I'll see that there's been like 200 people that have watched it, and I'll be like, oh, but they weren't in the chat. I guess they can do that. You too, Tim. Have a great day. Have a great day. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. It's been an hour and 59 seconds, and in 1 second here, it's going to be 2 hours. Thank you, everybody, so much. I hope you have a wonderful day and week. And, and if you have any questions, you can email me, rvrebelgirl@gmail.com. I'm going to try to put up my little ending here, but I guess it's not going to let me do it. So thanks again for joining me, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. We're going to sign off. RV Rebel Girl and Diva Danny. See you at the WWR September 26th, 27th, 28th at Martin Creek State Park in Tatum, Texas. Love y'all. Thank you for attending. Be safe. God bless you.